Hello, my kin. My name is Kin Ping, but you can call me Kin. And I've got here the second part of the Walking Dead comic and TV show character comparison video. Quite a long title, but you know. If you've not watched the first one, I suggest you go watch that because that covers characters like Rick Grimes, Maggie, Herschel, Dale, all the good big characters from seasons 1 to 2. We're going into season 3 now with characters like Michonne and Governor and stuff like that. As always, for all my Walking Dead videos, this will contain lots of spoilers for the comics and show, since we're comparing both of them. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Our first character is Michonne. Michonne is probably the most iconic Walking Dead character. Like, just her appearance is very Walking Dead. Lots of people, I think, would know Michonne's appearance more than they would characters like Rick and Carl, I think, just in my opinion. She's very famous pop culture character, and is pretty solid both in the TV show and the comics. In the TV show, she has disappeared at the time of this recording. We have not seen her, which is sad because we need some character back. We need Rick back. We need someone back. But anyway, that's not what this is about. Michonne is very similar in both media types, and if I had to pick one that I preferred, I don't know. I honestly have no idea. In the TV show, she of course is Rick Grimes' partner, and they have a kid together and everything. So it was really nice to see Rick and Michonne together in the TV show, especially since Andrea died. But in my personal opinion, I think Andrea is a better pick for Rick than Michonne, because I really like the comics, and Andrea in the comics is just such a great character and just gels with Rick perfectly. Michonne in the comics gets together with Tyrese, Morgan. I think she gets together with Ezekiel at one point. So it's kind of hard. They're both just badass. They've both done so many badass things. I honestly do not know. So I mean, like Rick Grimes, this is going to be a tie. They're both great. The actress, I can't remember what her name was, sorry, but she does such a good job. So it's got to be a tie. Next, Martinez. So Martinez is, I think he could be considered the governor's second-hand man in the comics, and then he is the governor's second-hand man in the TV show. He's an okay character. He's never really delved into all too much to fully understand what the character's like. He dies pretty early in the comics, getting killed by Rick. And he was a bit traitorous in the comics, but it's never really confirmed. But I'm like 90% sure that Martinez was actually working for the governor in the comics, and he was going to tell the governor where the prison was. And Martinez in the show is he's a lot smarter in the TV show by leaving the governor after the governor kills all the people from Woodbury, and then not actually going on with the attack because he got assassinated by the governor. Like lots of the characters in the slideshow, I think the TV show one wins purely because he was around longer. We got to see him more, and it was nice to have a stable sort of character like Martinez alongside the governor. It made the governor look that much more intimidating and crazy and just truly bonkers. So I think for this, TV wins. Next, Dr. Stevens. Both are very minor characters. She is a lot more minor of a character than the comic book counterpart. The comic book counterpart, his only like impact onto the story was patching up Rick's hand after the governor chopped it off. He was the one that just perfected that, patched it all up, and I guess he kind of saved Rick's life. I honestly can't remember what she does really. I know she does have some impact on the story. Obviously not major enough to remember. So this is definitely comics wins this because Dr. Stevens was a good character. It was just a shame he got killed off so quickly. Bro, the governor is, in my opinion, the governor is my favorite villain. I do really like Negan, and Alpha, and even the cannibals were good characters, but the governor is he's just another level of badass, in my opinion. The comic book and TV show, both of them are just insanely badass. They're such good characters. As you can see here, the governor from the comic, he loses an eye, he loses an ear, and he loses an arm. He loses his hand first before losing his arm, and he lost his dick too. All from Michonne, by the way. Michonne did all of that, and obviously the governor here only loses an eye. It is really hard for me to choose which one I think is better, because in my opinion, they're just both really good. The thing is that they're both slightly different. They have the same base, they have the same character base and same things that happen, and like the zombie daughter and executing someone with a katana and everything like that. But I just think they have this slight difference, you know, like one thing, one very basic thing is like the governor here, he's one of the smallest characters in the whole comics. But the governor here, he's one of the tallest characters in the whole TV show. So there's just slight differences like that, slight differences of personality, of names and stuff. So it's really hard. It's really hard. This actor's awesome. I can't remember actors' names now for some reason. I'm just drawing a blank, but very good actor. Very good character. Very good character. It's another tie. You couldn't make me decide, even if you had a gun to my head. I just could not decide between these two. They're both really good characters. I hope we get a spin-off TV show about the governor before he became the governor, because yeah, it'd just be awesome. Anyway, next character, Bob. Bob is another person from Woodbury. In the comics, in both, I think he's a veteran, and he used to be a medic. Well, Bob was a medic for a very short time in the comics. And Bob here in the comics helped patch up the governor after Michonne did all those nasty things to him that I just told you about. And Bob here is a very good character. He's almost like the stand-in for Dale, because he's the character, he's got a good head on his shoulders, and he gets his foot eaten by cannibals and everything. He is the character that replaced Dale in a lot of scenes that I would have really liked Dale to be seen in, but he did such a good job. I really like Bob in the TV show. Destroys Bob from the comic. I'm sorry, Bob, but Bob from the TV show is just such a great character. He definitely wins this. Really good character, really enjoyed it. Just wish he'd stayed around for that tiny bit longer, at least made it to Alexandria or something. Would have been really nice. Underrated character in my opinion. I think Bob is one of the most least talked about characters in Walking Dead. He should be talked about more. So yes, TV show wins. If that wasn't clear, TV show wins this one. Eugene. Very good character, of course, both in TV show and comic. He's perfect, really. He's very smart. One of my favourite scenes of, I think, Walking Dead in general is a scene with Eugene where I think it's Rosita and Abraham are about to get eaten, and Eugene runs on top of this fire truck and then mows down all the zombies with the hose, or whatever it's called. It was great, man. It was such a cool scene. But that being said, and though the actor is a brilliant actor and everything, that being said, I think I prefer the comic version of Eugene, just because we've been able to see more of in my opinion, there's been much more of a character arc for Eugene in the comics. He's really evolved so much. And I think the reason that this is going to Eugene is because we've seen him truly evolve over the series and over the time jumps and everything. And I know Eugene in the TV show will eventually get that huge overarching character arc that he gets over like 30 years when he spends in the Commonwealth, and he becomes like making the train system for everyone and everything. So I think Eugene in the comics wins this. Great character, one of my favorite characters. Abraham. I truly think in both the comics and the TV show, his death was just horrible in both TV show and comics. He didn't need to be killed off. I think that his death in the TV show was just unnecessary. I don't think there's any reason that Negan should have killed two of them in that way. Negan should have either just killed Glenn or just killed Abraham, and one of them should have survived later to have a more cooler death, or just survived in general. He's a great character in the TV show, just as good as he is in the comics. And then we got the comic death. The comic death, fuck, it was disappointing. It was really disappointing. I mean, I thought it was a great entrance for Dwight, but I wish it happened to someone else. I wish it had happened to a less minor character, but I guess that's the whole point of it. He kills off a major character all like that, and here's Dwight. It was really, really cool. But Why Abraham, bro? Abraham was awesome. I feel like he's underrated too. I feel like not enough people talk about him as well. His death wasn't talked about as much as Glenn's in the TV show, which really sucked. Anyway, which one do I think is better? Honestly, I'm not sure. I think because they are so similar, because the TV show did such a good job at creating Abraham and moving him into video live action format, I think it's a tie. The comics set a great foundation for Abraham, and the TV show just did exactly what they needed to do to get Abraham onto the big screen. Guy looks exactly like Abraham, so it was just perfect. This is definitely a tie. Rosita, the third member of Abraham's crew, I guess. I've never really been a big fan of Rosita. She is cool, but she's not as cool as like other people say. She's not as cool of a character and everything. I've never really cared about it. Even since she first appeared, it's kind of been like, Rosita. Yeah. Of course, she dies in the comics. She's one of the victims of Alpha's heads on pikes. She's one of them, alongside characters like Ezekiel and stuff. In the TV show, she's still alive at the moment of this recording. We're about halfway through season 11 at the moment, so you can't be too sure if someone's going to die or not. I think the TV show one works better. I think the TV show character is probably better because she's just around longer. It gives you more time to be her character to be explored and everything. I personally don't care too much about her. Yeah, I imagine there are lots of people that really like Rosita in the TV show. Never really gotten into it, but I can appreciate that the TV show version is a lot better than the comic book version. So it goes to TV show. Next up, Gabriel. This is a very, very easy pick. TV show Gabriel is by far better than comic book Gabriel. I never used to like Gabriel, but in the past like season, maybe season and a half, I've really started to like Gabriel. I think he's such a good character, especially with the absence of like characters like Rick Grimes and Jesus and stuff. Having Aaron and Gabriel as two of the biggest characters, I think is working perfectly at the moment. And though comic book Gabriel is an okay character, he never gets the redeeming arc that TV show one does. In the comics, he does start redeeming himself, but he's killed off by Beta too quickly. So I think for that reason alone, and the reason that he's got a real gnarly eye, I mean, it's got to be TV show Gabriel. So TV show Gabriel wins this one. Chris or Gareth? Basically, the Cannibal Leader. The cannibals are very different. I mean, apart from eating people, they are quite different from the comics to the TV show. The cannibals in the comics are just like a group of 6, 7 people hanging out at the back of a house, just preying on groups of like 1 to 3 people and just eating them. And then the cannibals in the TV show are far more organized, and it just made for a better story in the TV show. Anyway, I think the best character here, the best character between the two, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter to me. They're both the same. They both die in basically the same way. If you've read the comics, all the cannibals just get absolutely butchered by I think it's Rick, Michonne, Andrea, and Abraham. They just destroy the cannibals. Kind of the same thing in here. They just get brutalized in the church. It's a tie. They're both good, solid antagonists that like eating people. So I think it's a tie. Okay, next, Aaron. Aaron is brilliant, both TV show and the comics. But the thing is, they are very different. Especially Aaron, as he is now, in season 11 and everything. Aaron is a very different character to Aaron. I like them both. I've always really liked Aaron and Jesus' relationship in the comics. I think it's the best relationship in the whole comics ever. It's just awesome. I really like Aaron in the TV show. I think the reason I like Aaron in the TV show is because he looks like Rick Grimes. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is, I mean, apart from the spiked mace and everything, that is Rick Grimes from the comics. That is what Rick Grimes looks like in the comics. And I really like how they still gave us the like one-handed, tough, slightly older character that we always wanted from Rick Grimes. Because they couldn't give that to us in the TV show. couldn't give us one-handed Rick Grimes and everything, so they just went, hey, Aaron, do you want to be Rick Grimes? And so Aaron was like, yeah, I want to be Rick Grimes. So Aaron's, Aaron Grimes now. It's pretty cool. I'm going to have to say TV show. I'm really digging Aaron in the TV show right now. He's always been a good character. Has become one of my favourite characters now. That's not dissing comic book Aaron, though. I truly do really, really like comic book Aaron. But I just think, in this case, the TV show one's better. So, TV show. Heath. This guy was a huge player during the zombie attack on Alexandria and the Savior War. At least he was in the comics. He was around for quite a while in the TV show, but then he just kind of disappeared. The casting is very, very good, though. I mean, look, they're same person, basically. Same person. Very, very good casting. Like all Walking Dead, though. All Walking Dead has very good casting. All the characters are so brilliantly cast, For this, I'm going to have to go the comic book version, because the comic book version is just a slightly bit more badass. He gets his leg blown off and shit, like, that's badass, bro. So I'm going to have to go for comic one here, just because I have more fonder memories of him. More memories of him actually impacting the story, like, hugely and everything. So comics it is. Olivia. Olivia is the food person at Alexandria, and she's an alright character. I'm not sure which one I prefer. They're both basically the same character, as a lot of the Alexandrians are. They do a very good job with the people at Alexandria. I think I'm gonna go with the comic book version of Olivia, purely because, like I said, with Heath, I just got fonder memories of her. I got better memories of her just being a better character. Not saying Olivia in the TV show wasn't. I think she was done well. She was a good character. But I prefer the comics. And yeah, comics wins. Denise, same as Olivia. I prefer Denise in the comics much more than I do in the TV show. I thought TV show Denise was actually done kind of badly when compared to her comic counterpart. Her comic counterpart was vastly, vastly superior. She was a badass. She was such a great character in the comics. Wish she'd stuck around longer, but she died during the Savior War. She got bit by a zombified Holly, which really sucked. Nicholas. I'm going to have to say this is another comic character that I prefer to the TV show counterpart. They both start off as being a bit of a dick, but then Nicholas in the comics redeems himself big time by single-handedly saving Rick Grimes' life. And then Nicholas in the TV show, he's just dick, really. Kills himself, he leaves Glenn by himself, very uncool moves done by Nicholas in the TV show that he never makes up for. So that's why Nicholas in the comics is better. He is one of my favourite characters. I really liked him, how he saved Rick Grimes. He was a great character during the Savior War, and beforehand he was a good character. A bit of a dick, still a good character though. But this is, full-time comics. Comics wins this by far. Spencer. I do not care about Spencer. I did not care about him in either iteration of the Walking Dead TV show comics. It doesn't really matter to me. They both get killed in the same way. They're both the same dicky sort of character. It's a tie. Very, very quick decision, but I just think that's a tie. But yeah, they're the same character, and I don't care about the character. There's nothing all too different between them. So yeah, really couldn't care less about Spencer. Deanna/Regina Monroe. Deanna is the TV show one with her husband behind her there, and Regina is the comic book one. And the difference is that in the comic books, it is the husband, so Douglas in the comics, who is the leader of Alexandria. In the TV show, Deanna is the leader of Alexandria. And I think that the TV show one is a lot better. I truly do like Deanna in the TV show. I thought she was a great character. She was just smart, and she just clicked with Rick Grimes. It was done perfectly, in my opinion. I think her and Rick Grimes would have made Alexandria an awesome place if she had survived longer than she had. So this is an easy one. Deanna wins this by far. TV show iteration was very good. Douglas slash Rigg Monroe. Two very different characters. Well, no, they're not very different. They are similar. It's only one has a slight downfall. I do really like Douglas. No, this is Rigg. This is Rigg. That's Douglas. Rigg, Douglas. I do really like Rigg. He was really nice, and seeing him with Noah was really nice too. They're planning out how to defend Alexandria, where to build stuff and everything. I thought that was really cool. And Douglas in the comics is obviously the leader of Alexandria. He's a very human character. He was probably one of the last truly human characters to be put into The Walking Dead. After him, it was all like Ezekiel with a tiger, Negan just swearing constantly, a guy called Jesus. He was the last sort of not gimmicky character that got put into Walking Dead. Of course, I'm not saying that all characters in Walking Dead now are gimmicky, but Douglas was very human. Really like Douglas' character. Obviously, he's the guy that shot Carl in the face. If you don't know, he's the guy that gives Carl the scar. So I think it's going to sound really weird, but I think for that reason alone, because he gave Carl such a gnarly scar, I'm going to go Douglas is better. So comic version, Monroe, husband Monroe is better. And this is Ron Anderson. And Ron Anderson is the son of Jesse and Pete Anderson. He's a very minor character in the comics. He is actually a good character in the TV show, I think. Well, he wasn't good, but he was a good antagonist, I think. I didn't like him, but I liked seeing him die. I know that sounds bad, but I thought Michonne killing him like that really said a lot. It helped grow Michonne and Rick's relationship so much. Even though the relationship was so strong, Michonne killing this kid to make sure that Rick and Carl survives, I thought that was just great. It was good character building. He was a good way in strengthening Michonne and Rick's relationship, especially after Rick just losing Jesse. So I thought that was great. Comic book, I'm sorry, buddy. Guy in comic book just meh. TV show definitely wins this one. TV show Ron was good character. Good plot device, I think, rather. Good plot device. Pete Anderson, absolute wanker in both comics and TV show. I do not know which one I prefer because I don't know which one I liked seeing Rick beat up more, Because they're both bastards. They both do the exact same thing. The same story arc, they die in the same place, they do all the same stuff, they kill the same people with the same stuff, blah, blah, blah. So it's a tie. I enjoyed both the fights between Rick and Pete. They were both really good. And obviously the execution was done really well. Yeah, it's a tie. Jesse, this is our last character for this video, last character of this slideshow. Comic book Jessie was very average. Wasn't actually much of a character. She didn't have many lines. You didn't actually see her much. She clung on to Rick extremely fast. But Jessie in the TV show, like I've said before, more time to know her, more time to have her character drawn out. We actually got to know her better. So I think TV show is going to win this one. Jessie from the TV show was just more human. Like I said with Douglas, more human. And it was really nice to actually get to know her more, and made her death a lot sadder. Her death was very sad, especially for Rick, of course. So TV show wins this one. And here are the final scores. Not sure what they are right now, but I am 100% sure TV show's in the lead. Probably winning by like 3 or 4 points, or maybe 5. I don't know. All I know is TV show's in the winning spot. Win spot of win. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you agreed with all of these. I think most people will. I think the choices I made were relatively similar to what everyone else would make. Obviously people have favorites, so I'm sorry if I didn't like your favorite as much as you like your favorite. But this was really fun to make. Uh, I will make more if you guys want me to make more. Currently, I'm not planning to make more, but I will if you want me to. It was really fun to talk about, and just, I've just spent about 40 minutes talking about Walking Dead, and about 20 of those minutes will be cut out because it's just me rambling on and on. But thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Leave a like if you liked it. And I will see you next time, I guess. Goodbye, my kin.